morning, do I have a treat for you? We're going to talk about the real deal. I mean, the real deal of selling and buying your house. And I have the experts on this show. I have Mamadou with Lenco Realtors and Cordell Dillon with Precision Loans. But before we get started, you need to press that button right down there that says subscribe so that we can continue to do more informational shows. And guess what? It doesn't even cost a dime. So make sure that you press that button because we have some exciting shows coming up sponsored by Lenco Realtors. We're going to talk about the power of prayer and going to do a series of prayer programs, which is on S. Yolanda Robinson in the know. And so we're going to have Pastor Rally at Mount Gertrude Church. We're also going to have Cordell Gray, Elder Cordell Gray, and also my son, Reverend Chad Heath Robinson. And we're going to invite you to be on the show. So you got to stay tuned because we're going to talk about prayer, and also we're going to have some won't he do it moments, testimonies, and all that good stuff when you pray. Okay? So on today's show, I have Cordell Dillon and also Mamadou. And so we're going to find out what do you need to do before you buy a house. So I'm going to ask Mr. Dillon, what do you need to do to prepare if you're going to buy or sell your house? What are some of the things that in the loan industry that you need to have before you sell or buy your house? Mr. Dillon?
There we go. Thank you for having me today. The first thing that you want to work on, of course, is your credit. Credit is the key to getting the best rates that you can, to getting the best loans that you can. Make sure that you have your credit situated. And the second thing is to make sure that you are stable on your job. That is going to be very important in the eyes of the underwriter. And the third thing is to have your finances in order. People don't understand that when you buy a house, you can no longer call the landlord. Everything is your responsibility. So you have to be prepared financially for anything that may come up in the future that you would normally, call somebody else to work on, whether that be just a small maintenance issue, whether that be a large maintenance issue. They're all your responsibility. So you want to go in having your finances in order and having money saved, credit good, and a stable job.
Okay, when you say stable job, what would you consider stable? I mean, how many months, days, years do you need to be on a job before it looks really good in the favor in the eyes of the lender?
2 years is a good point. There are
Uh,
situations where you can be less than 2 years as long as you're in the same industry. You don't want to go from being a truck driver to a firefighter. Those are two totally different things. But if you were say a football coach and then you become a special education teacher, those things would be in line. But you want to stay in the same industry and just make sure if you're looking to buy a house, you don't want to change jobs or make any big purchases right before or during that process.
so you don't want to start looking if you change jobs, but
That's
but
cool.
you said you need to have some money. How much money is some money that looks good in the eyes of the lender?
I always tell people that you don't want to be house poor. Buying a house should not change your life totally. People sometimes get into the mistake of buying a house way more than what they really want. I always pre-approve my clients based on what you want to pay, not what you're qualified for. Because you're qualified for $2,000 a month doesn't mean that you want to pay $2,000 a month. You still want to be able to go out to eat. You still want to be able to travel. You still want to be able to do the normal day-to-day things that you do. So you want to put at least 3.5% down on FHA, 5% down on conventional, but you want to have at least 12 months worth of money set aside in your savings account on top of that.
All right.
Mm.
And what's a good credit score?
A good credit score is 720 and above.
720 and above. Well,
Doesn't mean that you can't get
what's the
approved.
minimum that you can have before you
620.
six
620 is the minimum.
is the minimum. 720 and above is good. Now,
720.
another thing that's good about buying a house is getting a good realtor. And I have a good realtor in the house right now. Mamadou Sai, I'm telling you, I've worked with him, and I'm honestly telling you, he is awesome. Now, Mamadou, what are the traits of a good realtor? I mean, I enjoyed working with you when I was selling my house, but what would you consider a trait of a good realtor?
Hey, Yolanda, how you doing?
Uh-huh,
Hey, Dillon, how are you? Well, I would say you have to put your client first. You know,
uh-huh,
your clients, yeah. I mean, that's one of the number one. That's the key, right there.
uh-huh,
And be personable. Listen, create a rapport because it's
uh-huh,
very important. Buying or selling a home is a big transaction, no matter what the price point is.
uh-huh.
There's a lot involved in it. So you have to, as a realtor, you have to put your client first, and you have to be able to listen what their needs are, what they're looking for,
Yes.
whether they're buying or selling. Yes.
You
So
know,
that will be my answer.
you got me, so I'm just going curb appeal crazy. Ever since I met you, I love curb appeal. Now,
Mm-hmm.
tell me, what is curb appeal? What does that do for a house? I got so many questions I want to ask you about curb appeal, and how can you get curb appeal in the wintertime?
Just by having a good team behind you, like everything else, you gotta have a good team.
Okay.
Guys that are here, let's say for example, even it can even be family members or friends.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but just make sure you have somebody that's there, to motivate you, somebody that's on your corner, that got your
Oh,
back.
no,
Even if
I
you have
was
to bring in a professional, so be it.
okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so you
when
can
you're
have,
trying to.
right, just have people with you that's behind you
Uh-huh.
throughout the process. Yes,
Uh-huh.
from
Uh-huh.
beginning to end, because it's a process.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
have the
keeping up the home,
professional.
is very important, especially that curb
Yeah.
appeal,
Yeah.
cutting
Now,
the bushes, trimming, getting it
uh-huh.
ready, for winter. Yeah, so you
Uh-huh.
have to do all of that, and it's not late.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it
Now,
can still be done. Yes.
how important is that if you're trying to sell your house and increasing the value of your house?
Oh, very, very important. Yeah, the upkeep of your home is very important. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
just shows, pride of home ownership.
Uh-huh.
Show
Uh-huh.
people that, hey, you're caring for this home, because when people come to see the house, they
Uh-huh.
will feel that. That's what they're gonna see.
Yeah. That
Yes,
you
what they
care.
see, and what they feel is important. The smell and everything is important. So
Yeah.
the overall upkeep of the home, it
Yeah.
it's I mean it's quite a task.
Yes.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying it's
Yeah.
always good, to have a team, and yet just
Yeah.
keep going. Don't stop. It's a non-stop job.
Yeah,
Yes.
and one of the things that I noticed about your when I got had your service, that you do have a team, working with you, because I was asking you a lot of questions. Do you know somebody that can do the cleaning? Do you know somebody that can do the
That's
painting?
right.
And it seems
That's
like
right.
you and do you got it all there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta have a list. You gotta have contacts.
I call you up and get
Hey,
the 411 still,
we I cannot do this alone. I mean, I need guys like Dillon, lenders like that on my side,
uh, uh-huh.
working with me,
Working
to
with you.
take care of the financing portion, yeah,
Uh-huh.
which is a
Uh-huh.
very important part of the deal. So
Uh-huh.
yes,
It's a
title
finance.
companies. I mean, you name it. So
Oh
I
my
love it. I
God.
love the process.
I could tell it. You know what? I could tell that you loved it when I first met you.
Hmm.
Leonard told me about you, and I said, "Well, let me meet him and see what he's talking about." And I could tell that you loved it. And guess what? We sold that house in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
Yeah,
That was a blessing.
giving us
Yes.
some ideas on what you need to do to
Hmm. Hmm.
to sell
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
how you need to do things that you need to do to keep it up. I mean, it was just more than just the real estate. Real estate.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Just different facet of it. Just different
yeah.
facet. Yeah,
A
and
different.
every deal is different, so you have to treat it, with care from
Now,
the
is
beginning to the
our
end.
houses selling right now? I mean, with the increase of interest rates going up, I mean, do
Mhm.
you anticipate houses to be selling in 2023? Or will it be slowing down with the interest rates going up like they are?
Yeah, so right now what we're experiencing is actually a slowdown. So the market is slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, houses are staying a little longer on the market now.
Uh-huh.
That's
Would,
just, the latest trend. But
mm-hmm.
like I tell, some of my clients, you still have, some of these hot pockets where houses are selling too.
Uh-huh.
If the price is right, hey,
Uh-huh.
and the house, like you say, is well kept,
Uh-huh.
people will buy it. People will buy
People
it
will
because
buy.
there's always somebody that needs it. When there's a
Yeah.
need and and it's right there, I mean, the product is there, yeah, it's gonna get sold. So
Yeah.
yes.
Now, I mean, a lot of people are renting, and the cost of rent is just going way up. Do you think it's? I mean, Mr. Dillon talked about you should be ready, but with the cost of rent going up, is it easier to buy than to rent, or what?
I mean, every situation is different.
Uh
So you
huh.
just have to look at your financial situation and see what you can actually afford.
Uh
If
huh.
you feel comfortable, paying maybe an extra $300, $400, $500 from what you're currently paying for renting, and it's going to be your own, why
Hmm.
not? Why not?
Hmm.
Why not do it? It's your own. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, and you
Well,
have
yeah.
30-year fixed. So the only thing that's gonna change is just insurance and taxes.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, buying a house for me was probably one of the best investments that I've ever made is purchasing a home versus renting.
Hmm.
It's something different. When you own it and you can fix it up, and
Yes,
it's
just
yours.
the feeling. It's just the intrinsic reward, the
Yeah.
feeling of home
Yeah.
ownership. I mean,
Yes.
it's
Yes. Yes.
yeah. That's why I tell people, hey, you cannot go wrong. I would say 95% of the time.
Uh-huh.
There's
Uh-huh.
always, of course,
It's not
yeah.
just the feel. It's not just the feeling. It's the ability to be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can
Hmm.
paint the colors that you want to paint. You can,
Hmm.
one of the first things I did when I bought my house was turn the music up as loud as it would go, just because I knew that I could, and I didn't have to worry about any
Yes,
neighbors.
sir.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have total control based on where you live as to what your own house looks like and what you do with it.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about people walking up on
Yep, and waking up to it, what I mean?
waking up,
Hey, you know what? You waking up to your
walking on
home.
your ceiling, dancing
I'm
on your
telling you, it's a
ceiling.
great feeling. It's a great
It
feeling.
is
So
a
yes,
great
if it
feeling.
makes sense, do it. And just
Well,
remember, it's a process, and just have a team behind you. The
yeah,
whole idea is just to reach out and have a team behind you, people that's
have
going to
that
be
team.
supporting you, pushing you, letting you know what you need to do and what's the next step.
Uh,
Yeah.
what is the difference, Mr. Dillon, between the credit union, the bank, the loan companies? I mean, which one is best for you, or what's the difference if you're making a selection?
So I am a mortgage broker, so I'm biased. And
Okay.
the history is behind us, because if you walk into a credit union, you only have the ability to use that credit union. If you walk into a bank, you only have the ability to use that bank. I have 12 different banks that I finance through, so I have the ability to shop your situation around to get you the best loan package for your current situation, as opposed to just if you walk into the bank and they say no, or they say
Uh-huh.
yes, but they give you a higher rate. I mean, I have banks that I use locally
Uh-huh.
that if you come to me versus going to them, that I
Mhm.
can get you a lower interest rate. Simply because
Oh.
I'm not an employee of the bank, I'm a wholesale lender.
Uh,
They incentivize me to bring people to them as opposed to the person who they're paying a salary to sit at the desk.
oh. Now, when you go to all these lenders and you're asking about my credit, does that affect my credit score? I mean, you got 12 lenders that you're shopping for. Would that affect my credit score when you give them the information?
It would not. One credit pool, you can pull mortgage credit pools multiple times over a 30-day period, and it only counts one time. But
Oh.
I'm pretty well versed in knowing that based on when I pull your credit, look at your debt ratio, look at your credit profile, look at your job history, which of the banks are going to work for you.
Oh, Oh, so it's better to go to a mortgage broker, and you don't
Absolutely.
have to go. I mean, if I went to the credit union, to the bank, to
Mhm.
a loan company, they're going to pull my credit.
Every single
Yeah,
time they will.
yeah.
And
So you can help navigate that and get a lower interest rate.
that's correct. Lower interest rates,
Oh,
sometimes lower fees. It's amazing the things, I have a client who went to a lender and was turned down. He called me. I went to that same lender and got him approved.
oh my gosh. And just because it's you that's going and not the client,
It's
or
because they are a little bit more lenient on me because again, they
uh-huh,
want me to bring, because I have access to so many banks, they
uh-huh.
want me to bring my business to them. So they're a
Oh,
little more lenient if I bring the person in
then
versus
you
you
going.
walking in by yourself.
Oh, wow. Well, somebody should have told me that a long time ago. 20 years ago. Wow. Well, that's good to know. That is really good to know. And to have a lower, you can have a lower interest rate. Now, look, when the appraiser comes out to appraise your house, and if you're going to sell it, what kinds of things are they looking for when they come out? Either one of you can answer that. Do
I'll pass that to Mamadou since you're
Mamadou?
speaking of selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna be looking for comparables. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning houses that sold, in that neighborhood, maybe in 1 mile radius or
Mm-hmm.
more, depending, in the last 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then, from there, they use those as comparables, depending on the style of your home. So that's what they're looking for, square footage,
Mm-hmm.
and also the upkeep. It's always gonna come back. Yeah. So, and what are the upgrades? So they will consider, yeah, numbers of things, and then they come up with their own price opinion. And I guess there's also maybe more to it because hey, I'm not an appraiser, but
Okay,
yeah.
so
So that's what
probably,
they're looking for, along something
yeah.
along those lines. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Now,
Uh-huh.
in your experience, what colors sell the most when that's more pleasing to the eye? When if you're going to paint your house or paint some of the rooms, what colors are that you've ever experienced sell quicker?
I mean, it bright colors. I would say maybe bright blue, maybe light gray. It depends. It
Uh-huh.
depends on really,
Uh-huh.
the test. But right now they have like so many different beautiful colors. I mean, you
Uh-huh.
can you can believe it. I mean, there's so many beautiful colors to choose from.
Uh-huh.
That's just,
Uh-huh.
but you gotta get a fresh paint job from a professional if you can.
Uh-huh.
If you hire me to do it, hey,
Oh, me.
you get what you pay for. But if you get a
Yeah.
professional to come and paint your house, and you
Uh-huh.
select a
Uh-huh.
good paint, I mean, yes,
Yes, a
definitely, it
good
makes it
paint
makes a
job.
difference. So
Oh,
yes. Mhm.
wow. Uh, and and um what are some of the things that you can do to increase the value of your house? I mean, if I was looking at upgrading and stuff, I mean, what would be some of the things you said? Certainly they'll look at the appliances, and what would they be looking at to that would increase the value of my house?
I mean,
Uh,
starts from the outside, but yeah,
it starts
the
with that
curb appeal,
curb
like you
appeal.
said,
The
yeah,
curb
very
appeal.
nice curb appeal.
Uh-huh.
Going in, make sure you have, nice and clean, solid door, I would say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
good flooring.
Uh-huh.
Kitchen is a great selling point. Kitchen.
The
Yeah.
kitchen.
Make your
Oh.
kitchen look modern if you can.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
definitely upgrade the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
New black backsplash,
Uh-huh.
kitchen island,
Uh-huh.
countertops. People like granite. Some people
Uh-huh.
like quartz. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
something fresh, nice. Stainless steel appliances,
Uh-huh.
that counts.
Uh-huh.
The light fixtures.
Light
See,
fixtures. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yes,
Oh.
ma'am. Yeah.
So,
Bathrooms also, same thing. Bathrooms, flooring, paint. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And then how organized also is it? Because people, I mean, the eyes are the one that buy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What they see. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If
All
it's
right.
appealing to the eyes and it
Uh-huh.
smells good,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah. That's
What
an easy
kind of,
sale.
you said it smells good, but are there certain, I know there's certain scents, they say that it's very good.
Hmm.
What kind of scents, if I was going to try to sell my house, what kind of scents should I have? What do you think that has been
I
pleasing?
mean, in this fall, maybe you can get pumpkin spice. I don't
Pumpkin spice.
know. What do you like?
Ooh. Wow, wow.
Since we're
Okay.
in the fall, maybe you can try
And
that pumpkin spice.
have
What do
that
you think, Dylan?
autumn
What
appeal.
kind of smell you like?
Oh, it depends. Okay. I kind of like the lavenders,
Okay, okay,
I kind of
okay,
like the lavenders
okay.
because it's so calming. But, I
Hmm.
was wondering if there was another good one. Mr. Dillon, what is a good trait? What would you consider a trait? I already asked Mamadou, what is the trait of a good lender? What would you consider? You already talked about a lender that one of your clients went to and they turned them down. And so, I mean, how do you know if you got a good lender?
There's the obvious things. There's experience and there's recommendations if somebody has used them before. But there's
Uh-huh.
the things that people don't think about is good morals, ethics,
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds, good character, and good integrity. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an issue telling somebody that they can get something better somewhere else because we're about our client, we're about what's best for them. Of course, I want the business, I want my company to grow, but if I see something out there, and it's rare, but if I see something out there that I think will benefit them more, I have
Mm-hmm.
no problem telling them, hey, this is the route that you should go. And people are shocked. And I get referrals from those people because I was so honest with them to let them know. And whereas some people would say, it's a bad deal, but I'm going to go ahead and take it. There are
Mm-hmm.
people who bought houses in the last 2 years that
Mm-hmm.
are 2.75, 2.5%,
Mm-hmm.
2.25. And I've received calls to refinance them and say, you would be at 6-something% right now. It's not worth it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, you just have to hold tight, hold on to the reins and look for some other ways to save money because it's not worth it for you to increase your interest rate
Mm-hmm.
double. Now, some people will say, you know what, I need the money, I need the loan, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But as a lender of integrity, you say, no, we do what's best for the client to keep them in the best position possible.
Keep them so that they'll be able to stay in their home. Well,
Yes.
good for you. Good for you. I wrote down a whole lot of things that I wanted to. Let's see. We asked about the minimum score is 620. Uh, can you increase your credit fast, or does that take a long time to do,
You broke up a little
Mr.
bit.
Dillon?
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat
Okay,
the question?
I'm sorry. Does it take a long time to increase your credit score, or can you do it real fast? Is there ways that you can do it real fast?
Every credit profile is different, but there are
Mhm.
definitely some ways to increase it. And a lot of people will say, I don't like credit cards. I don't like to use it. I'm a cash person, but credit cards are the fastest way to increase your credit score because the utilization of credit cards is the fastest way to hurt your credit score.
Mhm.
So credit card balances being paid down to under 25% is the
Mhm.
fastest way to increase your credit score. If you have judgments, collections, and things of that nature, it all depends on the credit profile. Sometimes you pay them off and it helps, sometimes you don't. It
Mhm.
just all depends on the actual person's profile. But
Mhm.
credit cards are the fastest way. If I have clients who have minimum credit, the first thing I tell them to do is go open up 2 credit cards because
Mhm.
that revolving history is what shows the actual system. Hey, this person is responsible. This
Mhm.
person is responsible to take this debt and utilize it the way that it's supposed to help them grow their credit. So
Mhm.
credit cards are the way to do it.
Mhm. Yeah, I noticed that
Mm.
when you pay off a credit card, that goes against you.
And sometimes
Uh-huh.
paying it off,
It drops your credit score down.
sometimes closing a credit card goes against you. Sometimes it doesn't. Every
Uh-huh.
single person on earth has a different profile.
Uh-huh.
It'll never work. The same thing that I would do for mine would not work for you necessarily.
Uh-huh.
Same thing for mama.
Uh-huh.
It all depends on how long your credit history is, depends on
Uh-huh.
what types of credits you have. It
Uh-huh.
depends on so many different factors. I mean, I've seen 10,000 credit reports over my 25 years,
Wow.
and I've seen 50 people over 800.
Uh-huh.
50.
Wow.
It goes to show you that the smallest percentage of people out there. And I have clients that are 75 years old that have never missed a payment in their life, but their score is still in the 700s. Every profile is different.
All right. Everyone is different, and so what is a person would before they make an appointment with you? What do you want them to do, have available before they make an appointment, and give us a number on how they can contact you.
I want them to have their last 2 years W-2s available, their last 2 pay stubs available, and their last 2 bank statements. So we can sit down and look at the whole total financial package. So we see what we're getting ourselves into, because as I said before, I approve you based on what you want to pay. You know, if you want to pay $1,000 a month, then we're going to tell you this is the houses that you can go look at in that price range. So we want to look at everything that you have. Are you planning on paying off some things? You know, big one that I'm running into lately is child support and student loans. You know, child support is not forever. So I try to tell my clients to not approve yourself based on that child support. That child is going to turn 18 at some point, and then that income is going to leave you. You know, the same with student loans. They may be deferred now, but they won't be deferred forever. So we look at your whole total package of your credit and income to see what you qualify for, to make sure you're going to be comfortable. You know, my best way to reach me is 614-476-3131. My office is in Gahanna, Creekside, downtown Gahanna. My email is loans@precisionmtg, that's mortgagetimegirl.com. We are finishing a brand new website, which should be out. It's down right now, being rebuilt. Should be out hopefully by the beginning of November, because we will be licensed in Texas and Florida by the end of this year. So we need to incorporate some of the rules that they have for our new website.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Mamadou, what do you want people to have ready before they call you if they were interested in purchasing a house or selling?
I mean, if they can get that financing portion out the way, yeah, sometimes it helps, you know, it does. But yeah, but they're welcome to call, you know, with questions. Just have, you know, a list of questions ready, you know, hey, tell me what they're looking for, you know, the area, you know, the purchase price. And from there, you know, I can, into the conversation, I can see which way to direct them best. If they need financing, you know, I have, you know, some lenders, you know, I work with, hey, you know, Dillon, you know, some other lenders, you know, I've been working with from them in the past, introduce them to them. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. From there, you know, we just, you know, start house hunting.
All right. And that you do.
Can I throw one more thing in there on top of that?
Yes.
Highly recommended all the clients get pre-approved before they start the search. Because I guarantee if you're pre-approved for $100,000, if Mamadou shows you a $200,000 house, you will like it. Then you will be upset and get your feelings hurt because it's not in your budget.
Yeah.
So know what you can afford and know what you know, are getting yourselves into. If you want a $900 payment, a $250,000 house is not going to work. So
that's
get
right.
yourself pre-approved, know what you're getting yourself into, and it helps you with your process and helps Mamadou with his process as well to streamline what he is going to be able to show you.
Yeah. So it's better to have that approval first. And
then or the cash, you know, if you happen to have the cash, you know, to buy it, yeah, just have the cash ready. Yes, absolutely. And everything, you know, got to be, you know, you got people have to be able to source it. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Okay.
Yes.
What about rent with the option to buy? How does that work?
I mean, there's not too many of them out there right now, but the way it works is you have a contract, you know, sometimes you have a contract with the owner. Depending on the terms, you know, maybe if 2 years or maybe 5 years into it, you know, renting it, then, you know, it's time for you to buy it. You got to get your financing secured and all of that. So yeah, usually, you know, that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay, so
giving, you know, the tenant time to purchase the property.
Yeah, so you can purchase, and is some of the rent that goes towards the purchase on the property?
Yeah, there's a portion. Yes, there's a portion of it. Yes. So we're gonna
Okay.
go towards, yes, reduce
All
thing the
right.
balance. That's right.
All
That's
right.
right. It,
Well,
again, it comes back around to what I was saying earlier, just having a team, behind you. If you're doing that, that's fine, but still have a team behind you that's gonna guide you, because you just have a limited time, 2 years or maybe 5 years, to be
well,
able
I
to
know.
show that, hey, you're financially ready to purchase this property.
Yeah.
If
And
not, then you're gonna lose
having a
your
team
money
is
and all your deposits and whatever. Yeah, because you're gonna be in breach of the contract. So have a team behind you that's gonna help you and guide you and tell you, hey, every
uh,
step of the way, this is what you need to do, because every deal is different.
yeah. And
So it's all about what you're looking for, where you are. Just remember, just come on up, just give us a call.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
give us a call,
What's that
614
number?
815 7338 is my phone number. Just, and then we have a conversation. We talk.
Okay. What
Yeah,
was that
we'll
number
figure out
again?
what's the best way, to take care of your real estate needs, no matter what it is, even if it's selling or buying, or you're thinking about investing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Give me a call, 614 815 7338, and
Okay.
I would love to help.
All right. All right. Well, you know what? This has been very, very informative, and we'll probably have some more shows on purchasing a house and what you need to do. To get your credit together, and
Mhm.
some more things coming up. But I'd like to thank you, Mr. Dillon, for being on this week's program of Yolanda Robinson in the Know, and also Mamadou for being on this program of Yolanda Robinson in the Know. We're going to put those names on our screen, the addresses, the telephone numbers, so that you can get in contact with them. Now, look, before you think about getting a house, before you think about selling your house, you need to call the experts, and the experts are right in front of you. Uh, Cordell Dillon and Mamadou Sai. And you can call me back and let me know how it was, your experience on purchasing, on the real deal of purchasing and buying your home. And I'd like to thank all of you out there for being on this week's program of Yolanda Robinson in the Know. And don't forget to push that subscribe button and that like button right over there. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you,
And
Yolanda.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dylan.
thank
Have a
you.
good one.
And you can't do anything about it.